So I used to watch The Walking Dead, when it was on, I guess, and I ended up catching it late, and I watched it when the last season was on. I had caught up with the actual show, and the last season was playing, weekly or whatever, and then I liked it, obviously. It was big. It was weird when Andrew Lincoln left and Rick was gone. That was strange, but I didn't dislike it when he was gone. I think the show was just built different. Like they were trying to make multiple main characters at once, and that was kind of blowing it for me. But I had never seen Dead City, which is Maggie and Negan spinoff, because I just didn't think to watch it, to put it on. I didn't really understand if I thought it was going to be interesting. Because it looked good, but it also looked boring at the same time, and I don't know how to explain that. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it on, and now very late, it's November 30th, right now. A while before you see it, but, and I decided to put it on, and I was like, let me just try it real quick, because I like The Walking Dead, so let me give this a try.
It's a short swim. You can doggy paddle, you'll be fine.
No.
He is a marshal, Maggie, junior marshal, whatever the hell he is. Every second he stays, he's a threat, a liability.
Yeah, or insurance. Either way, it doesn't matter what you think.
You know, you have been sticking it to me in infinite little ways since the second we hooked up. Don't think I haven't noticed. And I get how having Herschel taken has you spinning out, stirring up emotions, memories, all sorts of shit. But vengeful thoughts that I thought you had put to bed, clearly you have woken the hell up. But what I don't get is after all these years, you still think I'm the bad guy. I'm not. No one is. Well, you know what, Maggie? Maybe everyone is. Ask yourself one question. How many husbands and fathers have you killed?
What you did. You don't ever put something like that to bed.
And now that I'm watching it, I'm mad. I'm upset because they're trying to make it like Negan's not the bad guy. And I'm only on the first episode. I've not gotten farther than this. I'm only on the first episode and I'm already upset because they're trying to make it as if Negan's not the bad guy. But the difference between Negan and Maggie is Maggie never sat somebody down and killed them in front of their pregnant wife and friends. Do you see what I'm saying? Negan's like, I'm not the bad guy here. I don't understand why you're still holding this grudge. I'm not the bad guy. That's perfectly fine. He's like, how many fathers and husbands have you killed? And that's cool. Because facts. But the difference between me and you is I'm fighting for my life and you killed my husband for nothing. He didn't have to die, but you were asserting dominance over a group of people you didn't need to do that to. Now, I still blame Rick a little bit about the whole Negan situation with, Glenn being the whole one like, well, we don't have to do this. And then Rick was like, it's the only way, blah, 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 whatever. I still do blame Rick a little bit about the Negan situation, but largely it's part to the person that actually did the bad thing. Yes, there were circumstances that led him to doing it, but largely it's him who did it. Negan actually swung the bat and killed her husband, and regardless of whether we're both bad people or not, you did me dirty. I might have done other people dirty, and that's cool, but that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to hold a grudge against you who did me dirty. You didn't do some people dirty, and I'm holding a grudge because you messed with my friends. You enslaved my entire community. You killed my husband and the father of my son. You're not just some guy that I'm mad at. Like, it's more than that. It's bigger than this. And he's acting like it's not that big a deal. Like it's, oh, okay, well, it happened. But yes, it happened. It absolutely happened. Now let's talk about it. Since you want to talk about it, let us have the conversation. You have to realize the circumstances around it too. You liked it. You enjoyed it. You laughed in her face when she was crying while you killed her husband and the father of her son. You laughed in her crying face. You're a psychopath. Now, whether you want to be all cutesy, I'm a good person now, I've made up for it now, you can go ahead and forgive yourself. That's cool. That makes sense because there has to be some way that you sleep with yourself at night, and that's perfectly fine. But I absolutely will not, cannot forgive Negan like that for the things that he's done. Just because you forgive yourself yourself doesn't mean Maggie needs to forgive you. Like, how are you mad somebody didn't forgive you because you wronged them? He's so narcissistic. Oh my god. Nigga might change because he liked Judith, because he likes kids, whatever. Because he liked kids, he's a better person. That's cool. That's completely cool. Good for you. But that doesn't erase your former sins. Nothing is going to erase your former sins. And yes, you can still be judged for them. You dumb. It's just making me mad. Why are we talking about this? Do not bring this up again. Nigga, you cannot redeem him. You cannot redeem him. This is not a man you're going to save. He's a villain, baby. Let it be that. And yes, there are bad guys, and yes, everybody's bad. Facts. But you're not going to take away from the fact that he enjoyed it. And that's the difference between a bad person and somebody who's trying to do it to survive. The villains are the ones who do it because they enjoy it. The ones who do it to survive, they're the morally gray characters. Nigga's not morally gray because you want to give him kids now. So that's 30 minutes into, I'm 29 minutes, 30 seconds into the first episode. 17 minutes and 23 seconds into the next episode. And we're back at it again. I'm not the bad guy. I only did it when I had to. It was necessary.
Said that I made him feel safe. I guess at that point everybody was looking for a little sanctuary from the hellfire we'd all been damned to. I mean, we'd lost everything. The thing is, I really thought I was helping him.
It takes a monster to make one, I guess.
No. You see, I was only a monster when I absolutely had to be. When I had to put on a show to protect my people. Anyway.
It's like listening to a bunch of Daenerys sympathizers. And I don't mean the ones that like her character but don't like what she did at the end. I mean the people that like what she did at the end of the show and justified it. I'm talking about them. When they're on TikTok or whatever and they're justified, it was necessary. That's exactly what you sound like. That's exactly what he sounds like to me right now. It was necessary. It's justifiable. I only did it because I had to. Bruh, there's no way you're justifying. Maybe Abraham, because you started with Abraham, so I could see Abraham. But Glenn, how about taking the entire camp hostage and forcing them to provide for you? How about kidnapping and enslaving Daryl? You only do what you had to do? Are you serious? This man needs a large reality check. And I do mean a major one. I'm disgusted. What is this show trying to say? Like, everybody's bad in their own ways? Yeah, I get that, but some are worse than others, and you've made that very clear. So for you to renege on that's crazy. Episode 2 of Dead City, 24 minutes in, 24:54 minutes into it. Why are we doing this thing where you show him go into a guy's apartment and find him have killed himself? Like, are you trying to explain to me that this man has some sort of empathy or something? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. He's a problem. It's okay for somebody to find, good in this and bad in this. You see what I'm saying? Like, people can have different morals about different things. So I don't really care that, he cares that it's sad somebody killed themselves. Like, that's cool. That is a sad thing. And I'm pretty sure most people, regardless of the rest of their morals, also believe suicide's a bad thing. But that doesn't mean he's not doing the most in his work life. Like, as a job, sir, you're psycho. Like, the way that he was treating Maggie, the things that he was saying, like, this man, he's not a good person because he thinks suicide's sad. Like, and I'm not going to be like, he has emotion, he must be a complex character. I don't care. I don't feel that way at all. Like, yes, you have depth, you're a human, cool. That doesn't make you any less of an a-hole than you were before the scene came on. That's my note. Thank you. So like to state though that it's really cool to see The Walking Dead in like not a country kind of civilization, not a prison, you know what I mean? Like not a gated community but a city. To see what it would be like to survive in a city is actually really dope, and I like the concept and the thought of that. 28 minutes and 11 seconds in, what is that weapon? That was like something out of a video game. Like she put a spear through that man's arm and then pulled it out. Like, oh my actual God. I don't know what this weapon is. It's fire. They should have showcased invented weapons like that more, because that's crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. That was actually so fire. Like that was, what is that? I need a name for that right now. Oh my God. I'm at 32 minutes and 21 seconds.
Knock, knock. I said, knock, knock. Hey, easy there, neckbeard. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Seriously? You have a neckbeard and a rat tail? I mean, I get it. The world went to hell and you stopped giving a shit. But my dude, there is a line. So how about you put your helmet back on, tuck all that shit back away, and stop being such a distraction to the rest of us? And where the hell was I? Oh, right. Knock, knock. Who's there? Butter. Butter who? Well, you better get out your umbrellas, because it is about to goddamn rain. Now, I don't know if any of you have checked tonight's forecast, but if I see even one mole hair on one of your ugly ass faces, it won't be just a rainstorm. Hell, it won't be a thunderstorm. It'll be a goddamn hurricane. We gotta go.
Oh my God. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. It was like, for a second, it was like Jeffrey Dean Morgan was trying to be Negan, right? Like, trying to make Negan the good guy, the nice guy. You know, he does it because he has to, blah, 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 right? That's why I thought we were going with this, right? And then they made Jeffrey Dean Morgan lock in. And all of a sudden, he was Negan again. He was Negan bashing Glenn's head in again. He was bashing Abraham's head in again. He was talking trash to Rick the entire time. I hear it in my head. I see him telling Rick to cut his own arm off in front of his son. I see it. Like, I see how he humiliated people. He tortured Daryl. He literally kidnapped and tortured Daryl. Like, I see him again. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan, for a second, I was like, this is kind of corny. And then he kept going, and he completely locked in as Negan once again. Like, this man, wow, I'm shook. Like, I see him as the man who killed Glenn, because in the beginning of this show and at the end of the Walking Dead this series, he's supposed to be like, you know, I've redeemed myself and blah blah blah. Like, you're supposed to believe that he's trying to be good because, you know, whatever. But no, this is who he truly is. Like, this, what a play he's putting on. Because if it's not who he truly is. And this is just a persona he put on to, I don't know, maybe protect himself from the world, something psychological or whatever. If that's this, he could put it on like a switch. Oh my goodness. He turned it on. He looked at Maggie, turned it off. I'm shook. Wow. Applause to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But also, honestly, as Maggie, I don't know how I would, what do you do next? What do you say next? Like, how do you process this? Like, I knew you were that man all along. I see you. I saw you underneath him and you tried to make me crazy. You tried to make me seem crazy. You're not that guy anymore. Oh, really? You're not that guy anymore? Sure, Negan. That's the game we can play, babes. But you justifying your bad behavior, it's not exactly shocking. Most people do justify their bad behavior. Well, we all do bad things, but baby, there's a difference between me and you. You know what? Nobody ever thought, well, you know what we're gonna do to the walkers? Headbutt them. That's what I really want to do to the groaners. I want to headbutt them. That's crazy work. Like, whose idea was this? Who thought about this? Yeah, that's a great idea for a weapon. Let's use our heads. Like, I feel like that's so dumb. That is the stupidest invention I've ever heard of. Like, it looks stupid. It is stupid. Like, the function is dumb. If I'm killing something, I'm gonna do it with my hands, not my head. Like, I'm sorry. I just feel like that is such a stupid invention. I'm at 37:55. Still on episode 3 of Dead City, and 13 minutes, 41 seconds in. And what's this black guy's deal? Like, I know you've been through a lot, and this is kind of a lot for you, and you're scared, this is war, blah, blah, blah. I understand all that, but what's up? Like, you're the opposition, but you're supposed to be working with us. Like, I was like completely, when he said, what if it doesn't work? What if he doesn't come out? Talking about Croat coming out to get revenge on Negan, I was like, facts. What if he snipes Negan from the rooftop and that was enough for him? That was enough revenge for him. But before I could finish that thought, he's gonna go, your son's already dead. And I think you know that. Like, sir, excuse me? Like, I know that you're upset, and I was totally with you in the beginning, but you're the opposition and for what? You didn't have to say that. Even if you were thinking it, I don't think you needed to say it, because that's rude. And you don't know that for a fact. Yes, this man is crazy, but he might be alive. Ugh. Anyway, this man, I don't like this man at all, whatsoever. Ew. Like, why are you actually being against us instead of with us? Like, I know this is hard for you, but I'm gonna need you to lock in.